From the totally real country of Australia, I bid you all good morning or good day, as the case may be. Across these many, many time zones, this is the pre-stream. My name is Thermo, and we're here to talk about the newsy stuff of this week, from Lawtube to Lolcows, from 4chan to Forbes. We're going to have a look back at some of the news in the past week and probably get banned. Tim is, of course, away this week. So I'm joined by my regular host, Tim, and fresh from his surgery and hopefully very well medicated is Catnip Dave. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
Hello, Dave.
Good man, good man. So, well, let's kick this shit off with how the week started and a surprise from the January 6th Kangaroo Court.
This fucking liar.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So yes, apparently Trump is secretly stretching Armstrong. Maybe Mr. Fantastic. I know a lot of his supporters would think him to be Mr. Fantastic. But yes, apparently during the Capitol siege, the brutal insurrection, Trump saw what was going on and demanded to be taken in the beast to the up to Capitol Hill to join the insurrectionists and I don't know, presumably lead the coup, whatever. What the fuck? Yes, lead the coup, take over the government that he is already in charge of, and I don't know, overthrow himself. When Secret Service said no, apparently he threatened them, said, "I'm the fucking president, take me now." Grabbed them by the throat and then grabbed the steering wheel. So yes, that's the bombshell testimony from the January 6th committee. He was very irate. Trump wanted to go up to Capitol Hill.
Also,
grab the wheel.
Made up.
That
there's nothing really. There's no other choice about that. There's no way someone in the back of a limousine can take control over the damn thing.
Yep, that narrative fell apart real quick, even though lots of people rallied to her support and referred to her, stunning bravery.
All the Secret Service agents are like, no, that didn't happen, though.
Yep, that's pretty much straight away it fell apart. So where was this one? Where was it? There it goes. So yes, as you said, the Secret Service agents immediately said, "Wait a minute, that didn't happen."
Mm-hmm.
Despite how badass it would be,
God damn it,
Trump to say, "I'm the fucking president, take me to the Capitol now." It's all good. And yeah, apparently there was some handwritten note as part of the testimony that Cassidy Hutchinson, this lovely lady here, apparently she said under oath that she wrote, and Trump's attorney, or one of the attorneys in the White House, said, no, that was actually my note. So it all fell apart real fast.
Be right back.
All good. It all fell apart very fast with the Secret Service pulling the pin, throwing everybody under the bus, which was hilarious. And all of this happened within hours. She essentially testified, and then like an hour later, it was debunked. I don't know what everybody thinks about the January 6 hearings, but it seems like an absolute bunch of bullshit.
If they're actually giving her any kind of validation during the hearing, there's not much more to say than it's all just full of shit. Just
yeah. The whole thing's like they're just finding these people who are willing to lie under oath. And it doesn't matter because they're not going to be charged. So it's bullshit.
I just hope that the fact that it's being broadcasted ruins everyone's day for this show pony circus going on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And look, people don't care. People don't give a shit. People don't care about this shit. Like regular people outside of the White House, like outside of the Washington bubble, and outside of those people who are absolutely still suffering from TDS from fucking 2 years ago. Like, the man hasn't been president for almost coming up on like 18 months now.
Yep.
And you're still obsessed with him? Like, what the hell? How do these people function in regular life?
They're the type of people that absolutely has to have it their way, and they have to find some excuse as to how they can make the world about themselves. That's all I can think of.
Yeah, well, it needs to be centered on their lived experience or whatever bullshit they come up with. So yeah, I don't know if there's probably going to be more surprise trials or surprise hearings, but it's not changing anybody. This shit is not going to change the mind of anybody who wasn't already pro-Trump or anti-Trump. This is converting no one. This is converting people on Twitter.
Yeah.
And that's it. And if the election will run on Twitter, well, the world would have already ended.
Yeah.
From one story about libs being mad to one of the wins this week. SCOTUS ruling for a victory for free speech. A coach in a Washington State school district. Apparently, after the game, he would go out on the field, into center field, kneel and pray. After a while, and this wasn't the coach, this was the assistant coach. So it's not like it was
coach.
Yeah, this is the coach. Goes out on center field, kneels and prays. This is after the game. Thanks God, obviously. Thanks God for a great game, keeping his players safe. So kids, obviously Christian kids, go, you know what, I'm going to join him. So they, of their own volition, according to the coach and according to most of the kids, in fact, not a single person has said that they were encouraged or cajoled or forced or felt compelled. Not a single kid has come forward and said that happened. They went out onto the field with the coach and prayed as well. So eventually there's a lot of people doing this shit. And of course, libs get big mad because, oh, look, people displaying their faith. And of course, what do? They run to the school, and the school says, cut that shit out. The assistant coach keeps doing it. And of course, they get rid of him. They don't renew his contract, which is, I think, constructive dismissal more than firing him. So yes, SCOTUS has ruled that that's tough titties. That's a First Amendment issue. So he has the right to pray wherever the hell he likes, regardless of whether he is a teacher, which is the libs are spinning it as, oh my God, church state, it's all over. I don't tend to agree.
No, it seems fine to me. I mean, when we were in high school football, it was pregame. You'd go out to the center field and pray. I mean, it wasn't a requirement, you know.
Yeah.
But whoever wanted to did. If they didn't, they didn't. So nobody cared.
Yeah.
Post game is even more egregious. Like, who gives a shit? No, everybody's gone at post game.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought. I would have thought everybody would got up to leave. Like, I'm sure most of these people can't get to their cars quick enough.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking about high school ball here.
Yeah. You're trying to get the after party going is what you're doing.
Like,
I really don't see what the problem is myself. I grew up when I went to school. I went to a Christian school for quite some time, and there was praying going on, but even there, no one forced you to go, and you weren't in trouble if you didn't, go to their prayer huddles and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's a big nothing burger these days. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's another like, oh god, the Supreme Court has just been so captured by these conservatives. Like, honestly, I think the way they've interpreted the Establishment Clause is just way too broad.
Yeah.
The idea, like, so yeah, the founders didn't codify the separation of church and state. They've just said, hey, there is no national religion. Government shouldn't make any laws around religion. But they've interpreted it to be, oh, if you're on fed property or if your school takes federal money, you can't do any of that shit. And yet they don't apply it to the Bill of Rights, where if you take any federal money, oh well, the First Amendment applies to you. It's just that kind of shit is just so fucking inconsistent.
Yeah, my thoughts are, fuck them. They're government schools. You need to work past it, move past it.
Yeah,
they always were government schools.
And look, no one's being forced. No one's being forced to do these things.
Well, I mean, kind of. You do. I mean, if you're a normal person in America, you kind of are forced to go to government schools.
No, I mean forced to pray.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah.
Like it's not a you. If you don't pray, you don't get a pass. I mean, you got you said the Pledge of Allegiance, for fuck's sakes, for 40 years, and nobody had a problem with that. Well, I'm sure people had a problem with that, but SCOTUS didn't have a problem with that. I just think. I think the problem is the whole the libs are actually losing their mind. Not because suddenly, we're headed towards you're headed towards. I'm saying we, you're headed towards a theocracy. Oh, it's going to be, what's that fucking stupid book by Margaret Atwood? I can't forget the damn name.
Not learned enough. Don't know.
You're headed to some theocratic nightmare of a nation. No,
I'd take that over what we have, honestly.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not like a legit conservative or legit libertarian or whatever, but any of those are better than what we're doing here. The liberal world order, as quoted by Joe Biden, is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah,
it's not the way to go.
Exactly. This is just a return to normal. This is just Supreme Court going, well, hey, we made this decision over here and it was a bit ridiculous. So maybe we should undo that and just leave it back to so Roe, we're sending it back to the states. They're not banning it.
No. Yeah.
So, yeah. Of course,
they don't understand that. They don't understand any of that. They're driven by emotion and just basic MSM talking points. They don't understand this. They don't. You could. It's like, what do you understand what this means, right? And they're like, well, you can never have an abortion again. Well, no, that's not what it means at all. But they don't understand this because these people are fucking idiots.
Yeah, well, they listen to the media. And the media says, "Oh, abortion's essentially banned."
Roe v. Wade was the most unconstitutional thing I could think of, because it's literally giving all the power to the courts to say whether or not something can be done for the person.
Yeah, it's exactly the shit that they're being accused of doing now, legislating from the bench.
Exactly.
I fucking love that shit.
Whereas Congress has been doing this for years, legislating from delegating to the executive, or rather, the executive has been taking broad authority from vague delegated powers. So, which SCOTUS rolled back this week. So Supreme Court restricts the EPA's authority to mandate carbon emission reduction.
Go get them, boys.
Which could potentially.
Oh, fuck, I'm so juiced. I'm so juiced about the Supreme Court.
Yeah, absolutely. This could potentially roll back a shit ton
6 foot hard
of federal overreach. And of course, the liberals are mad because this is the end of the world. This is climate change is going to destroy us all.
Yep.
Because Congress has to pass a law if the EPA has to has to regulate something. That's how it was meant to work. You can't just say this entire sector of legislation, you guys take care of that over there. I think fundamentally the consistency in the US and a lot of the gridlock is because when the executive changes, everything changes. Because Congress has done nothing but delegate all this power to these executive agencies.
I wish that was the reason there was a gridlock. These people, they don't care about us. They don't care about you in Australia. They don't care about Dave in Pennsylvania. They don't fucking care. They just care about money. That's all they care about. Doesn't matter. Like, it's not a gridlock of right and wrong, or like, this is my ideology. It's a gridlock of money. How are we going to make money? That's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
God, I wish you were. I bet you wish you were Ukraine right now, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
So much money. God, I'd be happier sending money to Australia to fight kangaroos. Honestly,
we don't need money to fight kangaroos.
Oh yeah, they're not birds. I'm sorry.
In the ultimate expression of worthless power, the Libs are big mad at Justice Thomas. They want to impeach him, get rid of him.
Is that possible? Can you do that? I don't think.
No,
you can.
I'm pretty sure that's not how petitions work. But there you go. Since this morning, it's been another 20,000 signatures.
I've come to realize you know more about my country than I do, so I just default to it.
Well, I do pull this shit together before.
Yeah.
I'm probably on Twitter way too much.
Yeah, me too. I got banned. Never mind. Sorry, this is pointless. Anyway, go ahead.
No, nothing's pointless. Nobody here cares.
Yeah. If we could get the other two people to give us a fucking thumbs up on the pre-stream, it'd be great. I bet they won't. Dave, are you not one of them? Give us a fucking thumbs up. What are you doing right now? Wait a minute. There's 3 people here. I'm the only one.
Dave had to step away
up on this. Thermalite has done it on his own stream, and
it's
Dave
all right.
is sleeping.
It's all right.
No, I'm going to rage against this.
Over here in Australia, we're supporting.
What are you doing?
We're supporting the American women's struggle for.
You should support this stream and
for
give
vaginal freedom, I guess. Abortion.
I'm the only one who dropped this up. Why aren't you two? What are you two doing? Give a thumbs up on this.
This is the.
Are you really just
These are the pro-abortion protests, not in some city in the US, in the city of Melbourne, in Victoria, in Australia. So every person here is an Australian who is protesting for your right, apparently, to have limited abortion. So yes, that should make everyone happy.
I have to shame you. I'm shaming you.
I'm not going to like my own stream, Tim. That's a bit too much.
No, it isn't. I've given you permission, and Dave, I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Well, my puppy was heard the wind blow outside, so yeah, she had to protect Dad. So
yeah, cool. Go ahead and like the stream though.
Okay.
This was I saw this
also,
morning.
Send me your PO box. I'm sending you a cat mask. You want black or white? What do you want, Dave? Come on, I need an answer.
You get a link for that cat mask, man?
Yeah, I'll drop all of them. I'll put 10 of them.
I don't have a PO box.
Get one so I can send you a cat mask.
But yes, I saw this morning.
It's the best one.
Which I thought I hadn't thought of this before, and essentially it's that we always just accept that the liberal justices will vote with for the Democrat line. The only swing justices seem to be the conservative justices. Why?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why are the conservative justices less reliable? Like, is it that the liberal justices just will always follow their master's instruction, or
yes.
what's the deal there?
Yes, that's exactly why. Oh, here it is. Okay.
But yeah, I never thought of it that way.
No, that's exactly why. Liberals are they're driven by emotion, which means they will fight to the death for things they don't understand. Whereas most conservatives, not all, But most conservatives run on a is this right or is this wrong? So it neuters them from being able to fully actuate the will of their people. So, that's kind of how it works. That's why liberals are so good at it. They're just wild and crazy animals. They're just going to go fucking run out and just do whatever.
That is fucking terrifying. Look at this shit.
Yeah,
Jesus
we're going to
Christ.
do that.
Yeah, it is.
That one. Dave, don't act like you haven't seen this 12 times. I've sent this to you all day long.
Thanks, man.
Weeks.
I know. It's just something about the eyes.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I sent it to you. I need you to wear this.
Stop encouraging furryism.
No, I'm going to do that forever. I'm going to do that. If a Woo goes to fucking Matsuri, I want him to wear some sort of a mask, and I'm trying to figure it out, but, it has to happen. Dave, you have to do the same thing. Preferably the white one, because the white one really haunts me. And it's cheaper also, so if I buy it for you, it's much cheaper than the black one. But it's haunting and weird. Oh, God, the yellow one. I've never even looked. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, we're going to get the white one.
If either of you are after, or anybody else out there would like to have the day without their women, all you need to do is go to a baseball game on the 4th, because the ladies of Nationals baseball are calling for a boycott of all women. Nice. From all 14 MLB games that will be played on the 4th of July this year.
Beast.
Happy birthday to America. I forgot to wish you guys happy birthday.
Oh, is that today or tomorrow?
No, it's tomorrow for me, or the day after
I'm not sure
for you. But
yeah.
Yes. So happy birthday weekend.
Thank you.
So yes, if you want a quiet day away from the ladies, head to your nearest Major League Baseball game. So I'm sure that'll fix everything.
Very good advice.
So.
Oh my God, what is this? God, Twitter's going. We're going to hell. Oh, that's the worst.
After the win last week on guns, New York has struck back. This is referred to as the Empire striking back, which I find kind of ironic, because that they're straight off just admitting that they're the Empire.
Oh, they definitely are.
So yeah, they've essentially they've essentially outlawed guns, all guns, even if you carry a permit, even if you've got a concealed permit in New York, on subways and buses, houses of worship, schools and daycares, parks, businesses that serve alcohol, hospitals, sports and entertainment venues, government buildings, poll sites, and Times Square. They'll also be outlawed in all businesses and private property unless the owner expressly indicates that they are allowed. So you have to have a fucking sign on your door that says guns allowed here. Or in your house. Private property.
How does that work there? Are you guys allowed to have anything? How's that work?
Oh, I'm talking about New York. This is New York State.
Well, I don't care about New York. I don't live there. Dave, do you live there? No, you live in Pennsylvania.
No. But
it's the obvious workaround for the SCOTUS ruling, yeah. But they've also added the new requirements for gun permits. So you'll need 15 hours of in-person training at the firing range, an in-person interview, and most disturbing of all, they want to review your social media accounts.
Oh, I thought it was in-person.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I was okay with the training. I was okay with the interviewing, but stay out of my social media. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely don't see what I've done on a racket server. Don't look there.
Yeah, well, apparently they've also outlawed the sale of all of the type of body armor by many mass shooters. I don't know which type that is. I just assume it's standard ply.
How many of them have been shot dead? Like one with body armor? It's not like there was a problem. You can't defend yourself. Make sure, protect
yourself either.
Think about these things. Yeah, exactly.
So, we have guns in Australia. Some guns you can get a gun if you
Muskets?
jump through all the hoops. But again, it's similar to the previous. So it was similar to the New York legislation prior to this latest change. But here, body armor is completely and utterly outlawed.
Shouldn't be.
Because the cops need to be able to shoot you. So, but yes, so the new governor of New York has decided to take away your rights. I can't see this ending well for them. I really do think this is going to be in front of SCOTUS next session.
Yes, it definitely will.
It's a giant middle finger to the SCOTUS decision. It's designed specifically to skirt around it. And honestly, I think what should happen now is SCOTUS should pick this back up and say, look, you know what? That's it. We can't trust you. Constitutional carry.
Yep.
If the states can't be trusted to have their efforts done in good faith, because this is not good faith law. Not in the slightest. This doesn't come close to being in good faith.
Can I go on a small rant about Kathy Hochul?
Rants are encouraged.
Okay. So you've seen, can you scroll down for a minute? There she is. Can you imagine a person who does their makeup in such a way to make themselves look more evil than she does?
Well, I want to know why she always looks surprised.
No, she looks evil. She looks hateful. She's a miserable, terrible creature. But like, why would you do your face up to make it look like you're a horrible monster? And she does it all the time. She's not even been elected, and she has the balls to stand up here and be like, "Oh, I know what's best for New York." It's like, nobody even elected you. You got sent from a greasy kid touching Italian, like what? Well, woman touching. I'm not gonna do them like that. Sorry, I'm gonna retract, Mr. Grabass. But still, like she's acting like she's like, "Oh, I'm totally legit here. I should be able to do whatever." Like you're not elected. You're weird. You have terrible eyebrows. You look like you're going to murder everyone in the room. It's really fucking weird. I don't like it. Don't like it at all.
I don't understand how she has jurisdiction in that state. Because like you said, it's an elected position and she wasn't elected. I understand. I understand taking like acting position, but it's been what, a year and a half now?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It is kind of weird.
No, well, she's been sworn in as governor. She's the governor now. Wasn't she the lieutenant governor?
Doesn't really mean anything. She hasn't been elected governor. She's sworn in because Mr. Grabass got kicked out, and now we have even worse of a person. But she was the lieutenant governor, right? You know more than I do about America, Thermalite, but she's a horrible person. That's all I know. She's a horrible creature.
Yeah,
and she deserves to go to space on a rocket that never comes back.
So yeah, you'll need to provide 3 years of your social media accounts so that they can audit
Jesus
them.
Christ. Jesus Christ.
That's great. I lost all my social media accounts in a tragic boating accident. Sorry. That's right. I wanted to play this one. Let's go. Stop screen sharing. I need to share a tab. So I don't know if anybody saw this guy. This guy has clearly had enough.
Oh yeah,
He's
I've seen this
on the
guy.
verge of being red-pilled.
I'm not going to shut up about this. I'm not, because I can't yell at the Republicans. They're not going to change. They are who they are. We're stuck with them. We're not going to change them. You can't shame them. You can't convince them. You can't trick them. You can't fucking outplan them. But I can yell at the Democratic Party. And I can tell them where they can at least make one fucking small change to stop pissing me the fuck off every hour right now. Stop sending me fundraising requests right now. Okay? The Republican Party had a plan for the last 50 years to overturn Roe v. Wade. We had a leak 5 weeks ago telling us that this exact thing was going to happen, and your response after 5 weeks of careful study and planning and thought has been to send us nonstop fundraising emails. All right? So let me just read you a quick list. Mark Warner. He's the Democratic senator from Virginia. He's worth $214.1 million. Don Beyer, he's a Democratic Virginia House member. He's worth $124.9 million. Dean Phillips, he's a Minnesota House member. He is worth $123.8 million. Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the fucking House of the Democratic Party from California, is worth $114.7 million. Dianne Feinstein, who doesn't know where the fuck she is right now, the senator from California, part of the Democratic Party, is worth $87.9 million. Million. You guys want money? Fucking call your guy. You call him every week to do insider trading. Stop fucking sending me emails. Stop sending me fucking texts. Stop fucking reading poems and singing goddamn karaoke. You have power. You have it. You're in those seats. We're the ones who are powerless. Stop fucking pretending you're protesting. If you don't want to fucking do it or it's too hard, fucking retire. You're rich as shit. You don't need to do anything. If I had $114.7 million, Nancy Pelosi, you know what I do? First thing, I get my fucking husband a driver so he doesn't get a goddamn DUI. Second thing, you know what I'd do? I'd be on a fucking boat. $114.7 million. And you want to send me a fucking email?
He doesn't even know. This man doesn't even know.
He doesn't. He has no idea how close he is. He's so close.
Yeah,
the red pill is on his tongue. I just saw that and thought, oh, you poor bastard. You are right there.
Didn't see the whole thing. Like I saw, like there was like one that I saw on Twitter was like a half of that, but I didn't see the back end, and it was even better. It was even better.
Yeah, fantastic. And of course, the President Biden getting some encouragement from the people he loves the most. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. The president. I just remove gas leases and stop the pumps and stop oil flowing.
Can't do any more pumping.
It's not my fault. It's expensive. Yeah. It's the guy who it's Amaranth.
It's the Jew.
It's Amaranth. It's Mudahar. Like
Chinese. Fuck.
Doomed.
It's so fucking bad.
The
We're
Green New Deal.
Yeah.
Chen Hua is probably the best troll China has, though. He's impressive. He's good. Yeah. He's retarded, but he's good at being.
How's he using Twitter? It's banned over there. If I ran Twitter, it would. There is no way in hell that members of the Chinese government would be on my platform.
But they own Twitter.
Because my platform is banned in your country. You are banned on my platform. Simple.
I'd love that. It'd be great.
No Facebook accounts, no Twitter accounts, no nothing. I've always thought, like, why isn't there some sort of fucking reciprocal arrangement with that stuff? Why isn't there some law that says if you treat us differently, immediately we treat you differently?
Yeah, because they're trying to destroy all of us. They unfortunately, we talked. Well, maybe I drunkenly rambled about this last week, but Australia, you guys are fucked. They're coming for you first. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, no, they're not coming for us first.
Remember,
they're going to do some island hopping, and then once they've got us surrounded, then they'll come for us.
Well,
Some more good news this week. Ghislaine Maxwell sentenced to 20 years.
Can they show us our
off to the pokey for 20 years?
How
old is she? How old is Ghislaine?
60, 50.
I think she's like 50-something.
No, she's got big tits.
Ghislaine is you're spot on. 60 years old. So yes, she's been convicted 20 years for helping old Jeffrey Epstein from using teenage girls
as well.
Sorry,
it's a little bit too light.
I said,
I mean, it is a bit light. I wonder why that is, because it's 10 years less than R. Kelly got. So R. Kelly was also convicted this week, but for 30 years for doing basically the same thing.
Shame.
Except, no, basically the same thing. Yeah, no, same
R.
thing.
Kelly doesn't have tits though, so
Yeah, it's that white woman privilege.
Yeah, it definitely is. I'm all about that though. Like, you send me the R. Kelly jury sheet and the Ghislaine Maxwell sheet. I'm like, well, tits though.
That's really though. You just want her to pee on you like R. Kelly peed on the kids, huh?
No, I don't.
Well, R. Kelly's going to get some of that treatment in jail. That's for damn
tits,
sure.
I have my faults.
So it was. That's why he got an extra 10 years, because it was racketeering as well.
Yeah.
See, sex crimes will get you 20.
Oh yeah.
Basic racketeering will get you 10.
Oh, basic racketeering will get you. What's racketeering? What's the legit rule for racketeering?
No, I have no idea. But I know that'll get you 10 years. And then of course running the Silk Road will get you 2 life sentences plus 40 years.
You can die in prison, bro. Look,
yeah.
No big deal. All right, definition of racketeering.
And of course, the number of
I'm sorry,
Ghislaine's clients who were convicted is a big fat 0. I don't know why. It's eluding me right now. Why none of her clients might have been convicted or even investigated. I wonder why. It's
you might want to
beggars belief
that far. Yep.
I just want to say that I have absolutely no information incriminating the Clintons in any crime.
All right,
I wish I had the Jussie Smollett clip ready.
No, I do. Like, oh yeah, Hillary, come and try to kill me. That'd be great. It'd be very fun, and the Discord knows. Or they don't because they're not paying attention. But anyway, that'd be very fun to see the glowies break through my door and have a gun battle. That'd be great. Anyway, the key takeaways of racketeering, because no one knows what the fuck it means, is the act of acquiring a business through illegal activity.
Yep.
I wonder what business he acquired.
That's not even the point. It's also operating a business with illegally driven income derived, or using the business to commit illegal acts. So, I mean, anybody who's actually run a business is apparently a racketeer. Also, this is bullshit. This is all bullshit for the government made to fucking entrap people. This is all retarded. I hate all this. God, this is bad. Oh, I fucking hate our government.
So, yeah.
Don't bribe anybody, though. You just, don't bribe anybody. Or gambling. Don't do any gambling. Or money laundering. You just launder some money. Don't own a laundromat because you can launder some money.
Or a car wash.
Or car washes are
notoriously good for laundering money.
Cabinet Dave fucking face mask reveal situation. Don't do that. Send me your fucking P.O. box. I'm going to buy you this mask, and I want you to wear it. Are you going to Matsuri, Dave?
I'd like to, but I can't. So.
Can you just live stream with the masks and make me feel better? Like if I buy you this mask?
Yeah, I can.
All right, send me a P.O. box. I'm going to send. Which, you want the black one or the white? No, I'm going to send you the white one either way. Because that one's so weird. It's so fucking weird.
Now, I hope none of you have TikToks. And I hope that's the case, because if none of you have TikToks, you probably haven't seen this. Though you may have.
Okay, so I just moved to New York, and I'm trying to go grocery shopping, and so I type in, like, grocery stores.
The bodega, bro.
And, like, every fucking one I go to, like, I'm walking, too. Like, they're like this shit. Or, like, fucking, like this. Like, bro, that's not a grocery store. Like, I'm trying to get, like, eggs, yogurt, like, cheese, like, shit like that, right? Like, look at this place. Hey yo, Ak, let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese. The Aki way. Like, you know those TikToks? Like, I'm fucking doing it. Like, I've literally been to like 5 of those now, and like, I don't know what the fuck I'm about to do for dinner. Like, where are the Krogers and like the Whole Foods at? Like, I'm about to eat fucking like cereal and ramen for dinner. Like, what the fuck?
So yes, Bodega Bro. He made that video, put it out on Twitter, and sure enough, the internet did its thing. Got that poor son of a bitch fired.
Yep.
Yeah.
So hadn't even had only just moved to the city, the wonderful, friendly city of New York. Fired. He's the company he was working for is called Outreach. And he's the poor bastard. Of course, someone started the dunking, and then proceeded to delete their account.
I hate that fucker.
Yeah.
What is it? Bugman or whatever? It's all in the name of toxic masculinity bad.
Yeah.
Because we've all talked to those chats. We've all know a bodega bro, right?
Yeah.
But there's nothing. He hasn't been able to get away with. Very few people can get away with the Chad look nowadays. We're talking like your McConaughey's and whatnot. Everyone else is looked upon like.
Matthew McConaughey.
Well, he's not anymore, but back in the day. But now it's like this guy just wanted to help people, and only two people.
It wasn't even that. He was just pointing out something that liberals have been pointing out for ages.
Yeah.
Like they missed their opportunity to go, yeah, you're spot on, Chad. I think his name's Griffin Green.
Yeah.
Who the fuck names their kid Griffin?
Weirdo millennials. Dave, do you want the black one, the white one, or the other one? Tell me what you want.
Surprise me.
It's gonna be the white one.
Yes, this poor bastard.
The white one's
so weird. Got fired. He's the company told. So the company didn't. It's okay. The company didn't fire him for this. The company fired him because apparently he shared private confidential information. So apparently he did a TikTok video with his letter of offer, and that's the excuse they used because they closed out their letter with some bullshit about diversity, equity, and inclusion.
How does this man fucking get a house in wherever the hell he is?
Well, they gave him a signing bonus, so that was enough for him to move.
Yeah, oh, sure.
But yeah, this is how it ended. He'll be. He signed a lease, so I don't know how he can get out of that lease. He signed a lease for a place on the Upper East Side, nearer to the office or something. So this poor bastard's fucked. So hopefully something happens and he gets, a hand up some other company that isn't so cucked by the mob.
As Dave Daverson.
So I was going through YouTube and all the things about this guy. It kind of sickens me of all the companies that are advertising on the threads about Bodega Boy. And we're talking about Burger King. We're talking about McDonald's, all these food places. Taking advantage of this timeline of just a guy pointing out, hey, we need help here. There's something wrong with this system. And
Jesus Christ, your house was built in 1870? Holy shit. Wow. That is old as fuck. Sorry.
So yes, from something that you guys knew about too, something you guys definitely won't know about because this is super Australian. But I wanted to do a segment on this because I'm very familiar with this man, and he's kind of been caught in a bit of a scandal this week. I think it's really funny. So this is Bruz. This is John Barilaro. You may have heard of him overseas because of his victory over Google. So Wasn't so much of a victory as it was Google just surrendered and decided that it was cheaper to pay him $715,000 to get him to fuck off and go away than it was to pay their very expensive Australian lawyers to win the damn case. So they threw him, So backstory is this. So he was the deputy premier of New South Wales. So premier is basically the governor, like a governor equivalent that we have here in our states. So he was the deputy. So he was the deputy leader of the state. And we have a political comedy YouTuber whose name goes by the name of Friendly Geordies. He's quite funny. He's a lefty, but that's fine. He's a funny guy. So he made a video about Mr. Barilaro that Mr. Barilaro took offense to. He sent Geordies a cease and desist. Geordies refused to take down the video. He also sent it to Google. Google refused to take down the video. They don't do that with just cease and desist. You want that shit taken down, you got to sue them. So he sued Geordie for defamation. Geordie raised like $200,000 in a legal defense fund, and then took it to court. Because the statements that Geordie referenced that indicated that Mr. Barilaro may be corrupt, because those statements occurred in Parliament, they would decide, the court decided that no, that's covered by a concept called parliamentary privilege. Essentially, you can't defame someone in Parliament because you can't be sued for anything you say in Parliament. It can't be held against you outside of Parliament. So because of that evidence of him saying this thing in Parliament about himself couldn't be introduced as evidence, so he was deprived. He couldn't defend himself. He couldn't use truth as a defense. So that was bullshit. But yes, they proceeded anyway, and there was a settlement. Geordie's apologised and agreed to pay Mr. Barilaro's costs. So that was settled there, and then Google, of course, folded because they don't stand up for anything anywhere. And anyway, so yes, he won this, and yes. So last year he resigned, which was a great victory for everybody in Australia. And this week, well, actually, last year he managed to get this plum gig, this excellent job at
it's plum gig. He landed.
Yeah,
plum.
so he was going to get paid $500,000 a year to live in New York in a refurbished work in a refurbished office in New York for the cost the Australian taxpayer $900,000 to refurbish. And of course, that was very strange because Mr. Barilaro doesn't have any experience, or maybe he has experience, but he doesn't have any formal qualifications with to do a trade or finance or anything that would make him very good at this job. And that was strange. So people kind of did some digging into it, and they found that the candidate shortlist was ditched just before it was re-advertised, and then the job was handed to him. That was strange. So started to dig a little bit further. Apparently, the person who reported to him was on the panel that interviewed him for the job. That's
weird.
Pretty weird. I mean, that's very strange. Then we covered that that there were no. He got the job because there are no other suitable candidates for the job. So that's fine. This is Dominic Peretti. He's the Premier of New South Wales and John Barilaro's former boss. So of course there was an inquiry, and apparently there was someone hired. A woman was hired to do this role back in February, and she went through the process and was given a verbal offer, and then that offer was rescinded.
Oh.
Which is very interesting. So the offer was rescinded due to a, quote, change in government policy. This change no one seems to know about, and seems to have come from Mr. Barilaro. Apparently, Mr. Barilaro told the recruiter to stop looking for the person to fill that role a day before he resigned. It's fascinating. So yes, the day before he resigned, he called up the recruiter and said, "Yeah, no, that's okay. They're going to be handling it as an internal matter." Oh, and just before he did that, he changed the recruitment rules for that particular role, so that it didn't require any special training or anything like that.
Yeah, just
important to note that Mr. Barilaro, his particular training is in real estate. So he has a certificate for in. My understanding is he has a certificate for in real estate development or something like that from one of our technical colleges. So we found out that months before these roles that he actually, because these roles didn't actually exist.
Is he Australian?
He's Australian. Yes. This is. I'm sort of covering it in depth so that you guys know what, like, understand this a bit. So yes, his department created these roles, and for some reason he went to a former leader of the other party who had recently retired and offered her a trade role in India, but she doesn't have any training, or like her background is in broadcast journalism. She was a TV anchor. So I don't know why.
For Sky News? Was she based?
No, she wasn't. So she's from the left of the party. So she's from the left of politics.
Sorry.
So yeah, she it's very interesting that she was offered that job. Not sure why. So this was the other day. He'd be starting as the Trade Commissioner of the United States in less than 2 weeks, and of course, but by the end of the week, the pressure got a little bit too much, and the government told him to pull the pin. So he won't be taking that fancy new job, thankfully, and investigations are still ongoing. Now, because I live in a country that has some fucking draconian laws around, well, many things, but specifically defamation, I am not implying in any way that John Barilaro is corrupt. Not in the slightest. I would never imply that. I would never say that. I would never allude to that. However, this particular story is very suspect. Very suspect. I don't know what my American counterparts think about that particular story.
I have a very interesting thing to say about this. Dave, go ahead.
It's plain as day. The guy's fucking dirty as fuck, and whoever he's talked to about positions are just as fucking dirty. You can just see it. All these are just a way for them to just sit on their asses doing nothing, getting paid by the taxpayers. It's fucking sick.
Yeah, it's certainly, we would say it's very shonky. It doesn't look good at all.
All right. Here's what I have to say about this. Dave, I'm about to order you this mask and send it to your house. Are you going to wear this on stream? If you're not, then I'm not going to fucking send it to you.
I'll do something with it.
Well, that's not good enough. That's not good enough for me.
Do not have sex with it.
I will not have sex with it, but I do have cats here. They might make off with it.
They are not going to make off with it. All right,
dude, I want to see your cats
responding to that particular mask. I will do at least a video with it. Okay.
Are you gonna wear it?
I will wear it.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to you. All right, here we go. All right, this is gonna cost me too much money, and then it's retarded. So stupid. All right, don't ever send this back here. I'll find you.
I won't promise I'll tug with it, but. I'll
You're not gonna for what?
Tug, that umbrella guy. I won't make it my my shtick.
Should though. I'm gonna. It's gonna make you a fucking hero rock star if you do this. All right, whatever. It's coming to your house. There it is.
Okay.
Unless you gave me the wrong address. There you go. It's Dave time. It's Dave time now. Wear this fucking cat mask. I'm very angry. Now I gotta find a woo mask for a woo.
So yes. What
Water
did you
is
think
wet.
about that?
Politicians do shonky shit. So
Yeah.
God, if only people understood how fun this is going to be when you have to wear that cat mask. They just don't know. It's going to be great.
in
So
other
good.
news,
Have you seen the cat mask, Thermalite? Have you
I
seen
have.
it?
You see, you put it through in the private chat. I have seen it. Yeah.
Oh, I put it a lot of places. So good.
So yes, in other news, Turkey has decided to withdraw its hold on Finland and Sweden joining NATO. So
I hate Turkey.
I'm sure this will end well.
Yeah.
For Putin, of course, this is a great success because, I mean, clearly he planned for all this to happen. I mean, given all the Russian shills that I see on Twitter, clearly Putin planned for this to happen, and this is exactly what he wanted, and everything's working out perfectly. Instead of, getting super fucking rich, and
He's already super rich.
well, it doesn't help if you can't spend it. So it doesn't help if you can't leave the country ever again. Doesn't help if you can't import anything ever again. Doesn't help if all your friends who own super yachts have their super yachts locked down. All he had to do was nothing. If he had to do nothing, all he could have done was do nothing. Russia would have been fine. Everything would have been fine. He could have jacked up the price of gas.
I understand. It's not about that. It's about the
yes, it is about the
specter of what, it's the specter of what was. You have to. There's some drive. I don't.
Yeah, well, as he gets older, I understand. As he gets older, he wants to leave a legacy. He wants to leave a legacy, and he wants his legacy to be the recreation, the reconstitution of the Russian Empire, not the Soviet Union.
Yep. Yeah.
Important to remember, not the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union were dark times. Very few living Russians have a fond memory of their time as part of the Soviet Union. But the Russian Empire, that was the glory days.
The Anatolies and the Ferdinands and the Romanovs.
Yeah. A fun thing about this is that the Russian forces have been hoisting like 3 different flags. They've been hoisting the Soviet Union flag. They've been hoisting the Russian Imperial flag, and what's the other one? Fuck. Maybe I'm misconstruing. Anyway, it's been a weird dichotomy. They've been just doing the Soviet Union, while the other ones are like the same, like a tank next to them's like, no, fuck this, the Imperial Union or whatever. And like, it's weird, but it's fun. I'm fun, whatever,
Yeah.
What do? I can't blame these fuckers. I mean, the United States has done far worse in the last 10 years. So go ahead.
Yeah. You all know my opinion. So yes, could still go the other way. Erdogan wants to keep that playing card, that joker in play. I feel like I'm mixing metaphors here, but
no, it's very interesting for Turkey because Russia's not going to forget all the Bakarev fucking drones and all that shit. Not going to forget that. So it's very interesting.
Bayraktar.
Sure, that's what.
Bayraktar.
But the whole point is like they're like half-ass Russia side, but also supplying all the drones to the NATO people. So it's like,
they're not on Russia's side at all. Like so Turkey's issue with Finland and Sweden joining NATO is Finland and Sweden have financially supported the PPK. So the PPK are the Kurds. Yeah. They're the Kurdish nationalist forces in Turkey and northern Syria. And in Iraq as well.
The freedom fighters.
Yeah. So they've been financially supporting them, and that's what has the bug up Erdogan's ass.
No,
and that's why he had the pin on. But no, he's been fighting the Russians in Syria. Like there's been a few skirmishes there, and they've closed the Bifrus Strait. so that no Russian ships can actually get into the Black Sea. So they're not fucking around.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Dave, when you get this fucking mask, send me a message. I'll be very annoyed. This doesn't happen.
Okay, I will.
You better wear this mask.
This Sweden's. Here's the thing I've been thinking. They stand to gain a lot with joining NATO. I know Sweden hasn't been neutral in a lot of the conflicts. They're not Switzerland, but they've stayed out of the fight for quite some time.
Yeah, they've sort of been friends to everyone.
Yes,
the black mask.
And this is they stand to gain everything from this transaction. So if any,
what? All right,
yeah.
go ahead.
So, yeah, I think it's a good play for both Finland and Sweden because they'll be able to consolidate more finances that way. I don't know if there any property changes, but
Sweden, I don't give a shit about. But Finland, that's a very dangerous play. Very dangerous.
Well, Finland's issue was their understanding was as long as they stayed out of NATO, they'd be left alone. They'd be safe.
You probably still would.
And then Russia rolls into Ukraine, and that changes the game because Ukraine wasn't in NATO. Let's be clear. Ukraine wasn't going to join NATO. They were talking about it, but what Ukraine wanted to do was Ukraine wanted into the EU. Now that doesn't get you Article 5 protection. That just gets you into the EU. So Putin's biggest issue was Ukraine turning away from Russia. So
I think it was the danger of having EU or /NATO capabilities right at the doorstep. I don't think it was really like, oh, we're not talking to you anymore. Maybe it was.
That ended poorly for him, didn't it? Because
the Jews,
the Baltic Sea is now a NATO lake.
I don't know what it is. Don't know that it is.
Well, it's certainly not a grand plan to get Finland and Sweden to join NATO.
No, it was never.
Because now he has something like another 4,000 miles of border with NATO.
Yeah,
whereas if Ukraine had joined, he'd have hardly. Yes, it'd be close to Moscow, but big deal. NATO's not going to attack Russia. NATO was never going to attack Russia. It was always a defensive arrangement.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like, if you keep like the original agreement was that I don't remember the exacts, but it was like they were going to stay far away, but every time they come close and closer and closer and closer, and shit just made them more and more worried. Whether or not it's justified or not, I don't know. I don't care. It's not really. But the original agreement versus what's happening now is a whole different animal. Ukraine, there's a whole load of animals that have taken their graham cracker ass and shed all over Russia or the separatist regions and whatever, you know. I don't. Yeah. Nah. The weird thing is, I'm more of a geopolitical absolutist. Like I hate the fact that Turkey controls basically traditional Greek lands. I don't like that. I don't like that Ukraine controls or Poland controls whatever. But the whole point is the things that countries controlled before. It's weird to fight about it when these places were traditionally under these controls, and now 40 years later, 50 years later, we're all going to fight about it. It's like, well, really? I mean, why?
Yeah.
Just because things are a little bit weird, like traditionally, these things have never they've never fallen under those countenances. Like, why are we like suddenly these things have to be here or there or whatever?
Back to fiefdoms. Back to fiefdoms and city states.
City states, baby. Fuck, I knew I liked you for a reason, Thermalite. City states. Give me some 30 city states.
Speaking of farmers revolting, though, the Dutch are big mad.
Oh, that's so good.
So I support this 100% as a descendant of the Dutch. I highly support the Dutch farmers.
Are you 6'5"?
I'm 6'4".
Oh shit!
So close.
You are Dutch. God damn, he's Dutch. He's Dutch as shit.
I've got blue eyes and blonde hair too. So.
Well,
we do all look the same. It's crazy. Yeah, so yes, the farmers are mad, which is great. Well, no, it's not great. I'd rather them not be mad.
Great.
But yeah,
this is great. This is great.
The Dutch coalition, because they don't have a single government, they have a coalition of different parties that come together to form government. But I believe it is a centre-left coalition.
Okay.
Yeah, they're fighting the climate change. They're fighting climate change, but they're doing it in a way that will essentially make farming impossible. So they're reducing nitrogen emissions by up to 70% in some regions. Nitrogen is, of course, very important for crops and fertilizer. So this is essentially the farmers are mad because essentially they've just been, with the stroke of a pen, their livelihood is gone.
Yep.
So, and they're not being offered a lot of direction or even support how to proceed. So yes, they're driving their tractors into the fucking city.
Where is Greta Thunberg from?
Greta is from Sweden. Or Norway, I think. I think it's Sweden, but it might be Norway.
It's Sweden. I'm 98% sure it's Sweden. You can tell.
It does sound right. I'm pretty sure she's Swedish. Yeah.
Norse are much better looking than her.
Well, she does have the Aspie face.
Don't talk about
so yes.
I don't even want to get into this. I don't want to get into the fence.
So yeah, there's already some decent fires over in Holland. This roughly translates to decent fire on the A12. Here we go. Don't need the audio. So they've set hay bales on fire. So farmers are just burning their shit now, like burning hay, just generally causing. Well, they're doing whatever they can to show their displeasure. Apparently, one of those things is driving the fucking farms of ministers' homes and running their tractors.
Okay.
So yes, the PM is upset because, of violent protests, totally violent. I've not seen much. I've not seen any evidence of violence beyond the usual, people yelling.
Lots
of pitchforks.
Commit more violence. Wait, no, that's federal talk. Sorry.
It's okay to burn down things when you're on a certain side of the political lines, but if you dare to make your voice known, you get held for insurrection and other for sedition and
high crimes and misdemeanors.
States. Yeah,
high crimes.
So yeah, that's but yes, coming soon to some farmers near you. I'm sure shit will not escalate there at all.
Well, farmers around where I am are cucks, so we'll have to do the killing for them.
And that is the news of this week. That's all I had.
Dave, I am fucking tracking this cat mask. I'm
sure it hasn't gone anywhere yet. If you just hit submit.
Just did. I was kind of
staring at.
Jesus
staring
Christ.
At tracking.
July 25th to August 15th. This is going to be forever. I'm never going to be able to figure this out. Like, no.
Wait, do you not have Prime?
Yeah, but it didn't. I'm not going to spend extra money to send Dave a cat mask.
Well, You're not going to spend extra money to send Dave a cat mask, but you'll spend money to send Dave a cat mask.
God damn it, you're right. I spent so much money on this. This is stupid. Why have I given you money, Dave? Fuck. Why have I done
have you seen the domains?
You can always cancel it.
That shit ain't free.
I'm gonna cancel this. I gave him the fucking GoFundMe money, and I'm gonna, the cat mask he's not gonna wear because he fucking didn't commit to it.
I said I would.
I waste money on domains, on internet domains like ragepiggy.com or 5foot1.com.
I gave him some money on the GoFundMe because
or latentgay.com.
Oh, where's that? Is that for Nick? Does Nick have a gay?
That points to latentgay.com goes to Nick's channel.
That's okay, AJ. I didn't want the mask anyway.
He's very shook about this was going to be on the weekend. And like, well, I don't know. Like, apparently it's on with Nick now. Shane, it would have been very fun to have Drex on, especially if he was with Nick. It would be very fun.
Well, my understanding is Nick's going to be on Flashcast. So
yeah, who cares though? Flashcast sucks.
Well, yeah.
I'd rather
let's see if they've made it to the intro yet.
Are they doing it? Is it on now? Is this the thing?
It is live.
Yeah. Shame how gay it is, though.
So let's see what they're talking about this week. Edge tab, Swan.
What are they going to talk about this week? It's Flashcast. It's retarded.
I don't remember what it was, but they attacked him.
Oh.
And then
they attacked, what they did with him. I mean,
the news of the week from September 21st, 2015.
I used to have sex with my priest when I was 13 or something like that. And he said, it didn't hurt me none. I never said.
Oh, Lofty's there. Oh, my God.
What are you talking about?
Banner Lofty, Joe Baller doesn't say anything.
And these guys straight up came after him and ruined our music.
RG, he's probably doing something else.
I've come to not hate RG as much as I used to, because like before I just couldn't deal with it, but now he's just offer a random comment here and there, and that's fine. I'm cool with it.
RGE's accent confuses me and angers me irrationally.
It confuses the fuck out of me. From America land. Like,
what fucking accent? Like this? Like I'm pretty sure he is American, but it sounds like he grew up in it. It sounds like he grew up in it, like on a military. It sounds like he grew up at Ramstein or Insulik and spent more time with all the German kids than anybody else.
No, it's not. Have you not seen Producer Tim? Have you not watched fucking the MGTOW? Have you not watched it?
Yeah,
because that's the same accent.
Producer Tim sounds like Music and Fiction. Like I can't tell the two apart.
Yeah, well, fuck him. But anyway, RG and them, they sound exactly the same. Like, it's a North fucking Minnesota accent, and it's retarded. It's like, are you Canadian? Are you not Canadian? I don't know. But that's how they all...
So it's a not quite Canadian accent.
I like it. It's very strange. It's not an accent I've heard anywhere in the entire fucking of America. It's weird. It's such a weird accent. I can't trust them. I don't think they're real people. They probably need to die in a fire.
Stupid. That's ridiculous.
Where's Tim? I didn't ask about that. Fucking terrible. Should die in a fire.
Yeah, winning would imply that we're getting what we want, which is actually not happening. Like Obi-Wan may have been the worst thing that's ever happened. Like honestly, I think it is.
It is, but Disney is bleeding money now. Like that's the point. Like
I've got no more stories
right away. Like we
Flashcast is boring
to keep their jobs before they finally start creating good shit.
I enjoy what we're doing here right now.
See, chat. Lofty doesn't like Obi-Wan. That's a win for Lofty.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
I wouldn't care if Ethan was on the show right now with us.
Even if I hated the show, I was gonna. But I don't even.
Oh yeah.
He should have.
Quick, someone message GVS.
Power he has over,
no, he doesn't like me when I message him. He doesn't like me at all.
Is he saying he didn't like Kenobi?
I can't imagine. I would be so embarrassed if I was.
That's hard to believe because his character Kenobi has bad writing in it.
But
you goddamn fucking what are you
doing? He's going through
right
a divorce and he just got remarried and has a new baby. He needs all the money he can get.
Babies are expensive.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, and he's still paying
I'm
like
saying this
alimony and
fucking
child
way.
support to his ex-wife. They have 3 daughters that are not near 18. So he just needs the paycheck. And I think he was making at least
He's very tall.
like 9 to 10 million per episode. So
Wow.
yeah,
Really? That's a lot of fucking money.
it's Ewan McGregor.
It's not that much money when you've
It's
got
really
a
cheap.
bitch ex-wife who is, you know, sucking you dry.
What I'm hearing, this is
and
boring.
not in a
That's-
good way.
That's
know.
what sank Robin Williams. Like he had to keep doing shitty. I mean, people were wondering why is he doing all these shitty movies, and it's
Yep.
I don't know
his
if anybody
ex-wives were
saw.
sucking him
She's
dry.
she's doing another calendar.
Absolutely true. Look at Bill.
Yeah,
Gates.
it's a good
So-
Same
calendar.
situation. Fucking-
I like her
Maybe
job.
it's I don't know if it's a
but,
calendar
same
or
thing,
if
man.
it's
These
something
women,
else.
These wicked
It's a
women.
business marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least Obama's never going to have to worry about that. You know,
some
with
good
Big
coffee.
Mike.
Yeah, I wish
My wife snuck in here and gave me.
Did
a
you
cup of
see in
coffee.
this
It's great.
article the funniest shit in here is when they
This
talk
is why I
about,
came to hate on
where is it where they
Flash
talk about how
3 weeks ago.
Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers likes
I
Trump.
don't hate Flashcast.
Yeah.
I just
And they're like,
it's
what
boring.
is that quote?
It is boring. I feel like
Don't they
they're
call
like
him
better.
Nazi?
And Flash is
Yeah, like
Flash is boring.
they say, oh, that video is titled "The Media is the Enemy of the People," a favorite phrase of the 45th
like,
president
I
that has a history of being invoked by Joseph
The re-
Stalin.
Oh,
as
now
well as
Stalin's
the
bad.
Nazis in Germany after the First
Who?
World War.
Wait, I thought Nazis
just
were
saying
cool now since they're
that
fighting for
the
Ukraine.
media being the enemy of the
Well, it's
people
not
is
just
a
that,
history
it
being
just sounds
invoked
like
by
it's,
Stalin as well as
you know,
Nazis in Germany.
catchphrases by
Now you
a lot
don't.
of
Now you don't like
successful
Stalin. I
regimes.
thought he was the best.
Because they
I
are. I mean,
like Stalin.
look, you say it's the Nazis, and I go, oh no, not the Nazis. Oh,
I don't think Trump even came up with that because
well, he
didn't
did say it many times,
Yeah,
and then
but
you go, oh,
Jesus
it's
Christ,
Joseph
Lofty.
Stalin.
Yes,
That's
he
your
said
guy,
it. He
bitch.
said it because it's
Yeah, but
true.
I'm
That's your
saying-
guy.
You are
like,
the
I
enemy
think
of
other
the
like
people.
Tucker was saying that before Trump.
You,
know what I mean? Like,
fake news,
in
the
Ma-
fake
like
news
with
media.
MAGA. He didn't come up with that
Actually,
either. That was like
yeah,
a
he never
rally
said the
cry,
media is
and
the enemy of the people. He said
ended
the
up liking
fake
it,
news
so he was
media.
feeding it.
It's the enemy of the people.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
a
anyway.
weird. It's a weird thing to put there. But this
Yeah.
whole article.
I'm gonna come.
And they say they alt-right ideology.
Come. Do not come.
Specific calls for harassment or violence against the targets.
Unlike your side.
Yeah, I just had someone wish I was dead today on Twitter. That was funny because I was making fun of the fact that Minions made more money than Lightyear.
Did you report
And
him?
no, I just
Oh, you
reported
should,
and
man.
made fun of them.
No, fuck these people. Make them go by their own rules. Every time they do that to you, fucking report those bitches. Get them suspended off of Twitter.
Are you gay?
With what? They said they wanted to eradicate me and some other
Snitches
channels.
get stitches.
Sorry.
Yeah, hold on.
Or
I'll
end up
pull it
in ditches.
You guys see, you just let him say something like that, and then you don't.
Well, he deleted the tweet anyway.
Oh well, I'm sure you have a picture of it or something. Like that's interesting. I
such a
want
cock,
to see that.
he
I
doesn't
want that
even-
documented.
Wait, you've never had death threats, Ethan? Or are you just
Yeah,
asking?
that's
for
not
Flash?
the point. Of course, I've had many. Lots of
I was
people
gonna say, I'm
around
sure
me
you
say
have
it.
a lot.
Oh, here it is.
Death
Okay,
threats don't
so,
count until they're in person.
I said to him,
Exactly.
he said something
Man, he's such a
about
fucking cock.
gatekeeping and stuff, and I said I'm all for gatekeeping, especially the pronoun people.
People
And, this
have
is his
gotten
response to
so
me.
Dave, you need to
Thin-
tag
I'm also
thin
advocating
skin.
for the eradication of
I need to-
Jack Thompson wannabes.
yourself,
Jesus Christ.
Twittering, Geeks and Gamers, and the rest of you.
Who's
Do you even, does he
Jack
even understand that
Who's
reference?
Jack Thompson?
Yeah, I don't even know who Jack Thompson is.
Jack
I don't
Thompson
either.
was
How the
Anita
fuck?
Sarkeesian's
Jesus Christ,
predecessor.
Flash doesn't know who
And
Jack
he was
Thompson
a
I don't
is.
either.
lawyer that was famous
How
for going
old
after
is
video
Flash? He's got
games in, like,
kids. How the
early
fuck can he not know
2000s.
who Jack Thompson is?
It's like an hour away from me.
Okay.
Jesus
Famous
Christ.
Florida lawyer who
Well,
wanted to
this
ban video
person told,
games and
Jesus
made it
Camp
his
was,
life's work. I think
documentary.
you're disbarred.
Yeah.
About some
Yeah.
kids that you'd send
I
them
want
to
to make
prison
it clear how much
Now,
you
here's the
know.
whole thing about it. That you would
He
never
knows
be
so much
rejected
more
for
about
Jesus Camp.
American
Yeah.
politics
For
than
everybody.
people.
I know
Doesn't
so
make
much
any
more
sense.
about everything.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
more.
probably.
He's been
Well,
getting all
Because
mad
what-
all day.
What is
But
the
the
point
funniest shit
of
that
giving
he
us
said was
this, brains
Let me find that. I
if
quote
not to
tweeted.
fill them with information?
So he calls us
Maybe
fascists
just
in
kill
this
us
tweet.
until we die would be great.
Because of Twitter's terms of service, which they don't enforce on
Fascist
fascist
scumbags.
scumbags like you.
Which
So it's-
obviously
again,
recognize
right,
that,
they
like,
do.
you
They
suck your
they
moms wouldn't
enforce
even
those
think of
rules on
taking
one
the word
side and not
word.
the other.
Yeah, I got banned.
So we're the fascists, but he's going to control.
You got
speech and
banned or
ban
suspended?
people.
Suspended.
I was going to say
It's
because
just
I
I'm
still
hyperbolic. I
They
can't.
don't have
I'm
any
not
idea
a
what
bit
that word
hyperbolic.
I wouldn't type the word.
I
woke, I'd
got
type the F
suspended.
word
I've never been
on
suspended.
it if you were running that
for 10 hours.
website.
Never been
Well,
banned, never
when,
been suspended. My
maybe
my
when
main
Elon
Twitter
Musk
account, it's under
takes
my real
over.
name. It's been around since 2009.
Bring
Okay.
it back.
Now we're going to bring it back.
Did you guys see Jordan Peterson's response?
I
to
got
getting banned? It
suspended
was
for
so
saying
epic.
that the guy,
that
a
15-minute
guy
video
didn't
put out.
work at all because he
Oh
had
my
no
God.
callus.
Oh, did
Well,
anybody?
but I
Did
saw-
anybody
I
else
saw
see
that
the
clip
launch
of him
of the Daily
fantasizing
Wire
about his
Plus?
grandmother's
I
butt.
got a
What
plus.
the fuck is that about?
The Daily
Oh,
Wire
yeah,
has
I don't remember what it was.
a
but I think
streaming
he was doing some kind of
service.
psychology.
Okay.
or will have.
Report it,
thing.
right?
I can't remember. He was like talking about it.
Search for it. The Daily Wire Plus.
Fucking coward. You fucking coward, Toxicity. You are cowardly bear. Or, no, you're just a cuck. Sorry.
So they've signed Jordan Peterson to their new Daily Wire Plus. So yeah, so the past 3 months, Daily Wire has had tens of thousands of new paying subscribers, pushing the overall subscriber numbers for conservative news and media empire founded by Ben Shapiro, Caleb Johnson, and Jeremy Boring, God King Jeremy Boring, to $890,000 people.
Oh, yeah. Look how small.
Yes, streaming services are cringe.
Where's the.
Please, not another one. But if there's going to be another one, I'm glad it's this one. Puts the company, the subscriber base for which just stood shy. Just so they, back in April, they had just 600,000 subscribers, paying subscribers. This isn't like this is proper subscribers. Now they're almost at 1 million. That's got to be on the back of Matt Walsh's documentary. What is a woman?
No. That's on the back of Abby Shapiro's tits.
Gina Carano, the
Yeah,
movie.
Gina Carano's Terror on the Prairie.
No, it's all Abby Shapiro.
Yeah, but she's not on the platform.
Don't care. Doesn't matter. Not important. God damn.
So yeah. You got suspended for saying Kyle Rittenhouse did nothing wrong. But you won on the appeal. And that's the thing. It's just because hundreds of people flagged you. Their automated system took it down.
Oh, who said
you got in front of the right real person and they went, ooh.
Oh,
it's already lasted longer than
Wild
CNN Plus.
Wild, weak ass cuck. Not even.
I guarantee you that Daily Wire, the Plus in Daily Wire Plus, is an absolute dig at CNN Plus. 100%.
He wept.
100%. That's totally Jeremy Boring's like style of comedy.
Toxicity's pussy just fucking bled when it saw real men.
We should crowdfund the purchase of the CW.
Well, it's free. You can take the CW for $0.
Yeah, but there's
but you have to take the $200 million worth of debt with it as well.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think it's CW's debt. Oh, it was $100 million.
Yeah,
of debt.
What's happening?
CW sold for $0. Oh, and you acquire a debt of $100 million.
Wow, that's a good deal. Like, how do I make that deal?
I don't think you qualify for their special purchase program.
Judge me. I could do this.
I mean, maybe
I could do this.
Man,
Oh,
Andy's ignored. Yeah, because he got me too, and he ended up coming back from it because he had receipts. But these people, it doesn't matter if you have receipts.
I mean, at
They
least
think
they're
Amber Heard is
still talking about
credible,
Amber Heard.
Well, I seem to recall reading
Oh,
an
wait.
article about how they were actually bitching.
Not a
that
screen.
men
Joe
were
Ball is a
receipts
king,
these days.
bro. Like, his man.
Why would
He's a
that be
fantastic
bad
artist.
thing unless
He
you're
tries the
planning
same
on
shit every
directly
time. I don't know what he's
someone?
doing, but he's
Honestly, his stuff's so detailed. He probably
I
has to
remember
do
that.
this
Did you
while
see there's
Yeah.
he's
an
doing
old
other
tweet
stuff. He just has to
resurfaced?
no.
It's
Why
not
would you want
do
new.
drawings.
Somebody shared it.
If you're gonna be one of the
making the
people
rounds again
here and listen to
about
this
that
shit,
woman who said,
why would
"Listen,
you
man,
not draw?
you get accused of rape.
listening to
You shut up and
Flash,
accept the charges.
Hannah,
Yeah.
Lofty, Tug. Then
women have been
Jesus
oppressed
Christ, I'd
forever.
rather kill
You just
myself.
take
Well, almost everybody there is doing something else.
Well, no, and pay attention
Yeah.
to which.
No, that's the.
which
I actually had
voices do that
I
and
kind of
turn
like
on, so
I
when
had,
they're
like
accused, your
really
mind
my
goes,
like
hey,
dislike
shut
of
up and
Doug
accept it,
when he was
bitch.
like, "Well, actually, I just play video games the whole time." I'm like, "Well,
Guilty ones.
all
Almost
right. Well, I
100%
guess
of
I
the
have to
time,
like just
these
dial
guys
this
were
back." It's like I
apologizing,
thought you were
not
engaging and
apologizing,
you're
they were
just
cheering on
boring
these
me.
ladies. They are the
Okay.
ones.
Yeah.
That
Then
are,
Anna's there. She's awful.
they're the
And
ones who are guilty
Lofty
of this.
should probably die in a fire, but he hasn't talked yet, so everything's good.
So let me get a couple super
I
chats here.
got into a little
Ethan Flash for
debate
20.
with him on
You
Twitter
can play any of the intros
like a
I
month
put on your
ago,
locals.
month
You
or so
debated with
ago.
Lofty?
I've got some of those.
Yeah,
pulled up.
I
Some of
debated
them
with
have copyright,
Lofty,
though. But I do like
and it
sharing
was
them on
about
Twitter. Thank you, Ethan Flash.
Doctor
Shake
Strange
from Hunger
2.
Team for 28. Hey guys, have you
Did you
heard
wear a
that
mask?
Movie Bob has got
No, I
Mr.
didn't wear a
H
mask.
suspended off Twitter? That's crazy.
Sure.
I hate that subhuman. Really? He got Mr. H? I didn't know he was
Have you
suspended.
seen the mask?
Wait,
I
Mr.
saw
H was
Mr. H
suspended?
At
fighting
your
with him
house or
yesterday.
someone else's
He
house.
called him. He was called him all kinds of words.
And this is precisely why I say just block and mute them, because if any interaction with
I
them,
might
they
go
will,
to
they will trick you into saying
till
something
1
that
o'clock
they
my
can
time,
report you for and
or
get you suspended.
about 4
He's
more
still
minutes
there.
and pull
Yeah,
a pin.
just pretend they don't exist.
Okay.
Oh, it was probably just a
Call it a week.
temporary one then.
Yeah, he's got a tweet that
Oh, this was good.
violated the Twitter
Yeah.
rules. So I'm guessing he's probably in
So yes,
jail. He's
I'll be
probably in
back next
Twitter
week.
jail.
Tam will be back next week. Hopefully, Tim will be
We
back
got
next week
Gordy
if his
86
surgery
for
goes okay.
$100.
I assume he was just
Yes, sir.
prepping for some sort of gender reassignment surgery, and that's why he's not here.
What's happening?
Says the
Okay.
stream needs some lubrication.
Checking out.
Everyone drink.
What's happening? I'm
I
very.
better grab my shot glass. Hold on.
It's very early. Are you leaving right now?
I'm
Just checking off.
I'm thinking I might pull the pin a bit early.
Oh, it's getting wild out here, right? Yeah.
Oh, it's also raining here, and I'm not feeling it.
It's also raining. Okay.
Well, I want to go sit outside on the deck.
Sure. All right. Yes, let's do that.
So
Well, I'm not gonna, but I'm gonna in spirit enjoy some rain on the deck. It's not like.
Yeah, we can't.
No, by myself. Fuck you.
plus, my wife is waiting for me to go off air so that she can start her sanding. She wants to.
I gotta hate on.
She wants to sand the balustrade back so that she can stain it.
Oh. Oh my.
So she will probably want some help with that as well. So
I bet she will. All right.
Just want to say, listen to how
Things
great
get earlier and earlier. It's weird. All right.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
Anytime, Dave.
You wear that fucking mask. I swear to God, I'm gonna be very angry if you don't.
So you are sending it?
Yeah, it's been.
So you canceled it.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, chat. Thanks, everybody.
Okay. All right.
Have a good one.